I'm just gonna do the theme song quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, welcome to my dream case scenario. I'm Maeve Hall, and in this video I'm going to be telling you why I deserve and really want to meet Hasan Minhaj. Okay, so I know tonight I don't quite have like the giant wall of iPads behind me as Hasan does on his show, but we're working with like what we have. We have our like stack of masks here. This is a dorm room. But yeah, so I'm gonna start by talking about how I'm the biggest fan on this campus, and I'm gonna prove it to you now. Just so you know, like how committed to this and created, we have like a little smoke effect here. This is like really high tech actually. So, all right, so here's a graph I made that represents how much I love Hasan Minhaj versus how much other people like him in comparison on this campus. As you can see, the data is very clear. I'm going through this systematically like he does on the show Patriot Act, but I'm also trying to add some fun flair, and so here comes the fun flair. So I own merch, okay? Like, clearly I own merch. I bought this, like, I bought these things over the years, and people have bought them for me because, like, they love me and they know me. So, okay, this is a mug that my sister got me. It has Hasan here, and then it has, you know, things from his different, you know, episodes that he did. So here's the Barbara Kruger part about Supreme. That episode was great. I liked how lighthearted it was. Here we have, like, Tan France. That's not from an episode, but, like, they did a collab. Because not only do I watch Patriot Act, but I watch, like, everything else he's ever made. So yeah, here's like the little parts from the opening scenes. Here's the sneaker, because he's a sneakerhead. This is from the Amazon episode, and this is the Saudi Arabia episode, where he was actually banned. Good for him, being, I don't know, political. But the one that I'm most proud of, honestly, this is my recycling bin. So I made this like when I was coming into college, and I put like my favorite people on it. So here we have John Mulaney, we have Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, we have Beyonce, obviously. We have other wonderful artists that I have, an alum, Lil Dicky, hilarious, by the way, that's a whole nother thing. But like, this is him on my recycling bin of people that I love. I made this, okay? So like, this is, I'm just gonna let you like think about that for a second and tell me that I shouldn't get this. So another thing is that my friends and people that I meet all the time have to put up with me talking about this show a lot. I literally use it as an opener and an introduction like all the time, like, oh, have you seen this? And so here's my proof.
Maeve is a huge fan of the Patriot Act.
Maeve literally never shuts up about it.
So I met Maeve freshman year. You know, it's awkward, but Maeve and I met, and I was like, oh, she's different. She knows what she's talking about, and she's so humble and kind and well-informed. And then the first thing, I literally am sure it's the first thing she talked about with me was, have you seen the show, Patriot Act? And she's the one who got me into it. And it's so funny because it's like almost 2 years later and she still hasn't shut up about it. And I say that as a fan of Patriot Act also. And I think meeting Hasan might, you know, she'll talk about it a lot and then it'll kind of quell it. You know what I mean? It's like life goal accomplished.
Maeve is quite simply the biggest Hasan Minhaj fan that I know. She talks about him all the time, and I know the chance to meet him would be life-changing for her. She absolutely deserves it.
I think Maeve should really meet him. She's obsessed, and he's on her recycling bin. So yeah, why not?
So I think Maeve is Hasan's biggest fan, because almost every single conversation I have with Maeve is about Patriot Act.
Maeve literally never stops talking about how much she wants to meet you and how much she loves Patriot Act. She's wearing the shirt right now, so.
So the first time I met Maeve this year, we were in a class together and we were sharing like these pieces we had written, and she wrote hers about how she wanted to be a comedy writer. And then I was like, oh, that's really cool. And she said, yeah, like, have you seen Patriot Act? Have you seen Patriot Act? And I was like, no. And she went off about it. And honestly, since I've been friends with her, she hasn't really shut up about it. So I think she really needs to meet Hasan.
Okay, so the next section that I'm like systematically breaking down, biggest fan on campus, proof, next. He does exactly what I want to do or like help someone else do. Like the show Patriot Act means so much to me because when it came out, like, I don't know, I had like never really seen someone, I mean, there are shows that are similar to it, but like I'd never seen someone like be so like dynamic about how they broke down issues, especially issues that weren't like in the mainstream news. Like, you know, there's lots of like shows that do commentary and comedy stuff about like, you know, breaking news and things every day. But like what I loved about Patriot Act was that he really like dove into like super specific and like important issues or just like really interesting issues. And like I always learned so much, but I also was laughing, and it like was just like seemed like a really great avenue of like communication. And that kind of like made me realize what I want to like do with my life. So like I really want to do like what he does, but specifically about talking about like climate change. I know he did one episode on oil in Patriot Act that I really, really loved and I learned so much from, because I think climate change is such a big, scary topic, and I think we could like learn so much and teach so much in a, you know, relatable, fun, interesting way that could actually lead people to like be motivated to change their habits or change their lifestyle. And but doing it in that format of like comedy, but also informing people. I'm using my hands a lot here if you haven't noticed, because that's what Hasan also does a lot in Patriot Act. He's moving around, he's jumping, he's using his hands. So we're trying to like pay homage to that right now. When I found out this summer that Patriot Act was canceled, I like had a little meltdown. I was very upset. Yeah, for a lot of reasons. Like, number one, because I just think that like it's needed now more than ever. Like, I want to be getting coverage on these important like topics. For example, like eviction during COVID, which like he did in one of his last like episodes of the series. I was upset at Netflix. Like, really upset at Netflix. So much so that I was driven one night to write a long ass rant and email it to them about how angry I was that they canceled the show Patriot Act. And here I'll just show like a little scroll of that rant. I won't read the whole thing because it's long. But I think it's ridiculous that they canceled Patriot Act, and I'm deeply angered by it. And also it was like an all-time dream to like either, I don't know, work on the show in some way, or like even just get to see it like taped, like a live taping. And knowing that that dream has been crushed is upsetting. But I know that we're going to be getting lots of great new content from Hasan soon, hopefully. I know he has like a family now, so he's like busy. It's okay. But I was really upset that it ended. Okay, so now we've come to the actual conclusion of this video. I could really go on like forever if that's not already clear, because like Hasan and Patriot Act means so much to me. When I found out that he was coming here, even virtually, I was in the science building and my friend Susanna texted me and she was like, Maeve, and I was like, what? And she was like, you're never gonna believe. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, Hasan Minhaj is coming. And I was like, you're joking. And I screamed in the science wing and all the scientists were mad at me. But it was just like, I don't know, it felt like I've never gotten a bigger sign from the universe that like this year is gonna be better than last year, regardless of whether or not I get this, which I really hope I do. But thank you so much, Maudlin, for bringing him, period. Like, this is so incredible. And for someone like me, like, who is interested in like the arts and writing and this sort of thing, like, it's so great to like see that, like, get to have like these awesome people come and speak to us, and people that are like actual idols and role models to me. It's so awesome, and it would just like honestly mean the world. Like, I kind of never wanted anything more. Like, it's a little embarrassing to say that, but like, and I have lots of goals like as a person, but I would freak out if I got to do this, and I just like respect Hasan so much, and yeah, like, this is awesome, guys, and thank you so much for giving us even the opportunity to do this. But yeah, thanks. And with that, that's the end of the show.
Maeve, you need to get this. I'm not even joking. If you don't get this, what was this whole year for?
I literally don't know. I'll cry. I mean, I'll cry either way, but like, I'll cry.